Hello and welcome back to Under the Knife 2. Let's continue the story, shall we? Episode 7, Shift in Power. Our next story takes us to the new law that was enacted by Congress just hours ago. It was unanimously approved to amend medical legislation in ways never before seen in the U.S., requiring medical institutions to sponsor their doctors to the newly formed Hands of Asclepius. These measures are undoubtedly in response to the recent acts of medical terrorism and will allow the HOA to hand-select staff from hospitals to be trained in their facilities. While some parties have voiced concern over the lack of doctors this could create locally, the government and the HOA have publicly stated that this will lead to medical advancements. Everything is going just as planned. Enter. Excuse me, sir. We received a report from police. It looks like they've identified Delphi's new leader. Here it is. Let's see here. Heinrich von Reitenau? Ah, a blood relative of Adam. Well, isn't that just shocking? This information has been submitted to the UN. I believe we'll hear more as soon as they have a chance to act on it. Alright. What about the request list we sent out for our staff expansion? Are the hospitals cooperating? We've already gotten back several responses, and they look favorable. We'll have reached our target numbers in the very near future. I'm glad to hear that. Chief, your meeting with the minister is in 10 minutes. Alright, I'll be down as soon as I'm done getting ready. Have the car up front. Understood. We're ready when you are. It's finally time to make our offensive.
Well...
An amendment to medical law. This is going to be problematic. Yes, the Hands of Asclepius have already sent us a list of the personnel they're requesting. Please take a look at this. This is worse than I imagined. If they take this many from us, we'll be drastically understaffed. We're scrambling to provide solid reasons to cut this loss by about a third of what they've requested. Increasing the skills of doctors everywhere will make up for our lack of numbers against guilt. At the same time, this will lessen the burden of doctors who work on non-guilt afflictions. Personally, I see nothing wrong with what Mr. Mercer is advocating here, but I wonder about creating scalpels that are too sharp. You mean the mass production of doctors who can use the healing touch? Even though they can physically give them that kind of power, there aren't many who can truly handle its weight. Angie, did you hear? Ria from the pharmaceutical division is leaving for the HOA. What? I didn't know that. It looks like that's only the beginning. A lot more people are going to be leaving too. People like Dr. Ogata, even Dr. Rogers. That's terrible. This is going to make things really hard on us here. Yeah, and lonelier too. What's the matter? Angie, we don't have any Selene in stock. What? Are you serious? Oh wow, we're almost entirely out of atropine too. Jeez, how did this happen? They should have ordered more. Looks like these staffing transitions aren't going well. Well, they should have been more careful. I can't believe this.
Hey!
What's going on in here, Leslie? I could hear you shouting from all the way down the hall. We're just so busy, this could be trouble. And if you have even an hour of free time, you better be helping out too, Dr. Chase. What? Is Caduceus going to be able to function like this? I must admit, I'm getting a little worried about it too. Yeah, you and me both. Well, that was fast. Alright, Chapter 6, Lineage. Episode 1, A New Ally. Let's see, do we have any more rounds left?
Understood.
No, that was our last patient. Phew, this is even harder than I thought it would be. Ever since the HOA took their picks from our staff, we're all seeing a lot more patients. You're right. I wonder if we'll be able to get any new recruits to fill the positions. I don't know. I've heard that hospitals everywhere are facing the same shortages. But if this keeps up, it's really going to slow us down. Yeah. Well, if you think we're being slowed down, you should have seen how angry Victor was. He said the PGS research is suffering because Acropolis is prioritizing their HOA projects. It seems like all of Caduceus is having problems coping with this situation. Ah, there you are. Derek, would you mind if I borrowed Angie for a bit? Something wrong, Tyler? What do you need me for?
Hey!
One of my patients has suddenly become unstable, and we need to operate immediately. And Leslie's helping Dr. Clarks with another operation, so I don't have an assistant. Are you serious? Angie, can you help? Certainly. Dr. Chase, let's go. Thanks, Angie. I appreciate it. Things just can't continue like this. Attention, Dr. Stiles. You have a visitor in the waiting room. I wonder who that could be.
Dr. Stiles!
Oh, it's Heather. We haven't seen her in a long time. Dr. Stiles, it's been a while. Miss Ross, how have you been? Are you feeling okay? Yes, actually. So far, there haven't been any signs of latent symptoms either. It's all thanks to the advances in guilt retreatment and the wonderful doctor. Great. I'm glad to hear you're doing well. But, about Emilio... I'm sorry about before. I kinda lost it. As a nurse, it was unprofessional of me to criticize you on such a difficult decision. I apologize, Dr. Stiles. I hope you can forgive me.
No.
It was my fault, too. There must have been a better option. I still regret not being able to save Emilio. Dr. Stiles. That's why. I've got to make sure I don't make that kind of mistake ever again. This is my way of remembering Emilio and his last wish. To do everything I can to make sure all of my patients pull through. I'm sure that Emilio will be happy to hear you say that. I plan on making some changes in my life too, Doctor. In fact, that's why I'm here today. Oh, I see. How can I help you? I'd like to apply to work here as a nurse. I've already cleared my potential transfer with Elysium. Wow, so you're really serious about this? Yes, I felt that I needed a change of pace lately. Coming here would also improve my nursing skills, and seeing how Caduceus is so understaffed. Well, I think it's a great idea. I'm looking forward to working with everyone, assuming I meet the qualifications.
Your best.
I'll do my best to make Caduceus proud. I'm sure you'll fit in just fine, Heather. You've got quite an impressive resume here. Thank you. I take my professional development very seriously. I'm sure you're well aware, but we're facing a severe shortage of personnel right now. We'd be happy to have someone of your caliber help alleviate our staffing problem. Then, I got the job? Well, since you have surgical experience, we'll put you in that department for the time being. We'll evaluate your performance and go from there. Though I'm sure there won't be any problems. Thank you very much, Dr. Casal.
Your best.
If you don't mind, I'd like to start getting familiar with the facility right away. I'm glad it all worked out, Heather. Yes, me too. Excuse me a moment. This is Sydney. What? I see, yes. Alright, we'll admit him.
Derek.
Derek, we have an inbound emergency patient. It's another case of PGS. He's a 30-year-old male who was once infected with treaty. The affected area is his stomach. I'm assigning this patient to you, Derek. But Chief, Angie's still assisting Dr. Chase in the OR. Well, we just hired a new nurse, Derek. But that's right. You have the same nursing license as Angie, don't you? I'll assist you to the best of my ability, Dr. Stiles.
Let's begin the operation.
Alright, let's get down to the operating room. Yes, sir. Are you ready to begin the briefing, Doctor? Yes. Does it bother you that Miss Thompson isn't the one assisting you today?
No.
No, of course not. Then I'll continue. As Chief Casal mentioned, our patient was infected with the treaty guilt in the past. Treaty. Ugh, that's the guilt that hardens organs. Correct. We've located some foreign bodies in his stomach, but we can't confirm that it's guilt. The X-ray shows that these objects piercing the stomach wall. Thus, there are two objectives in this operation. Treat the injuries to the stomach, and extract the foreign bodies. Alright, first, we'll have to find out what these foreign bodies are. Are you ready, Heather?
What is this?
Wait, no, we don't have enough surgical tools. What? We don't have any syringes to inject the stabilizer with, and there's hardly enough antibiotic gel either.
What?
Damn, how could this happen? I guess we've been so understaffed that no one had time to check the supply. Doctor, maybe we should postpone the operation until... No, we've got to perform the procedure. What? The patient's condition is worsening as we speak. If we don't treat him now, it may be too late. But, Doctor... Don't worry, we can still do this even with a limited supply. We just have to stay on our toes. It could have been bad if we found this out in the middle of the operation. Thank you, Heather. Now, let's get started. Right away.
All right, let's do this.
And Treaty was already a bad memory, but this whole situation is already
Dr. Styles, let's do our best.
it's just as bad. Alright, so let's just tap, tap, tap. There we go. Try to conserve this as much as we can.
What is this? Please inject the medication. Toxicosis has subsided.
Alright, once we drain the blood, we'll see these start popping up. This is actually remnants of Treaty. So we don't have to deal any kind of weird, like, formation puzzle thing, whatever that we did in the previous game. We can just pull it out. Which has me feeling super happy. Because I hated Treaty in its respective game. Like, absolutely hated it. And most people do too. So we're just gonna take this nice and slow. Like, once again, be frugal with our antibiotic gel because we only have so much of it in this operation. Tap, tap. Tap.
Treatment complete. Toxicosis has occurred. There's the ultrasound.
See what we're missing. Uh-oh.
Dr. Styles! Here's the drain.
Guess we're just gonna have to do it all over again. Try to keep this toxicosis at bay for as long as we can. Uh-oh. I'm being a little bit of a butterfingers right here.
The patient's condition is worsening.
I was not paying attention there. There we go.
We're making progress.
Alright, we are all stable, so let's just close them up.
That was incredible, Dr. Styles.
Alright, the icon didn't even turn yellow either, so that went well. This time I'm assuming it did. Let me check the scoring here. Oops. Got my stylus again. This time wasn't during like something important. It just says 120 left. I just think that's time. Yeah, whatever. We did it. You did a great job in there, Heather. I'd say the operation was a success thanks to you. Oh, hardly.
Dr. Styles,
I'm just honored to have been able to assist you, Dr. Styles. Now you're embarrassing me. You really know what you're doing, though. I'm sure Chief Casal will have no qualms about making you permanent now. Keep up the great work. I'll try, Doctor.
Dr. Styles!
Dr. Styles, what room is the emergency patient in? Oh, Miss Ross, what brings you here? Long time no see, Miss Thompson. Actually, I just got hired. Today's my first day.
Huh?
What? Really? She'll be my assistant when you're helping the other doctors, Angie. Oh, I see. Miss Thompson,
Let's do our best.
I know I have a lot to learn, but I'll do my best to keep up. Of course, if you have any questions, just let me know. So, welcome. It'll be great to have a nurse of your ability to help us out around here. Right, Dr. Styles? Yeah. Alright, so we have another mission here. Not a mission, just another block of story. And we're just about to where I left off with the old recording, so we're catching up quick. Episode 2, Anathema. To our knowledge, the current leader of Delphi is Heinrich von Reitenau. It's also noteworthy that he is the grandson of the former leader, Austrian-born Eric von Reitner. Von Reitner Sr. is the man who engineered Guild, operating under the codename Adam. When Delphi was exposed 3 years ago, Heinrich's alleged participation was unconfirmed. But we know now with certainty that he played a role in the Guild research from the beginning. Can you tell us how the change in leadership has affected their ideology? Unfortunately, Heinrich's beliefs are essentially in line with his predecessors. He rejects the very philosophy of medicine, claiming it violates nature's design. Delphi clings to their demented assertions that mass murder with Guild brings peace to mankind. It's sickening to think they could believe such ludicrous ideas.
Well,
Yes, they may not have as much power as before, but they are certainly still a viable threat, especially knowing that they are capable of bringing about further evolutions of Guild. I'm Detective David Buckley. I'll be presenting the countermeasures we've taken against them thus far. We've begun coordinating an expansive search across most major cities for potential threats. Our priority has been on high population density areas that are more viable targets for them. We've also cross-examined the evidence obtained from prior raids with the confessions of suspects. This intel has confirmed several likely Delphi hideouts near Angeles Bay and Santa Balboa. We are pressing to conduct full-scale investigations on these facilities as we speak. Mr. Chairman, may I have a word with the Assembly? You may, Mr. Mercer. My name is Patrick Mercer, CEO of the Hands of Asclepius. It is clear that the entire world must once again come to terms with the reality of guilt terrorism. Now more than ever, we must unite our efforts to stand strong against this ominous threat. We owe our thanks to the combined efforts of Caduceus USA and the UN for our previous successes. The final raid of the Delphi base still remains a testament to how effective alliances can be. Now, in order to truly annihilate them, we must rally under the banner of singularity once more. The Hands of Asclepius stand at the ready, and I am here before you to offer our full cooperation. Our doctor's healing touches are being further enhanced by the day, ready to face potential terrorism. However, the true purpose of my address to you today is to announce that the Hands of Asclepius have developed a weapon that may be Guilt's final blow. A weapon? Whatever it is, sounds like he has complete confidence in it. Let's see what he has to say. I've returned from my assignment, Your Excellency. Our base of activities in Angeles Bay has been discovered, and 5 of our comrades were arrested. This is already our 3rd location. It's just as the rumors said. The police in this country are exceptional. Do you think they acquired the location from those who were captured? They may have talked, but I'm sure the police are also using other resources. They are closing in on us slowly but surely. You think they'll find us here, my lord? No, the likelihood of that is slim for now. We've ensured that only a select few of our operatives know this location.
yes, sir.
But are we just going to let them do this to us? It would not be to our benefit to lose any more of our forces. Send an encrypted message to all of our comrades. The time has come to launch Operation Hades. Right away, sir. My brothers, let us toast to the eternal peace that guilt shall bring to the fortunate, and to the memory of our forefather Adam. Sir. Jamwol. Jamwol. Let our judgment now be passed upon these blinded doctors. Well, that certainly happened.